Hello everybody, and welcome back again. This is Gus from Askewed Reviews, and what I meant by again is today is Saturday, which means it's Cinema Society Saturday, and I was lucky enough to be partnered with two people today. So if you haven't done so, after watching this video, watch the first video that I put up earlier. Now, if you don't know what Cinema Society Saturday is, why? How do you not know by now? But seriously, what it is a bunch of us people that love horror movies and like to make content get a theme every week that is a horror movie theme. We then partner up and give our partner a movie that fits within the theme, and then we have to review it. So this week's theme was animal attacks. And for my second partner, I was partnered up with this individual up here, which if you're not already doing so, please go and follow them. Either before you finish this video and then come back to this one, or after you finish the video. So this time around, my partner gave me the film of The Reef. So The Reef is a 2010 film that's actually based on a true story, and currently you can stream it for free on Prime or Hoopla. So as you can probably already assume, The Reef is a shark film. This one was interesting, as it did a great job of kind of keeping me on the edge of my seat the entire time. Also, it doesn't really help that, I love movies that take place underwater, especially horror movies, but this is mainly due to the fact that I do in fact have thalassophobia, which I'm pretty sure is the one where you're afraid of what could be under the water. And they do a very good job in this film of just making you second guess every moment on, is there going to be something there? What is there? Now, as for the storyline, you actually have a group of 4 friends along with another guy who's just there to help out, and they head to a remote area where they're just hanging out and having a good time. Then, all of a sudden, there seems to be a possible issue with the boat, so they begin moving out of that area. Now, as they're sailing away from there, the boat hits something and then capsizes. And now all 5 of them have to climb up onto the boat. But from here, this is where it gets dicey, because the idea is that they can try to swim for land, and one of them seems to know where they're actually going. But will all of them be willing to go together? One of them decides to stay behind, while the other 4 continue on and see if they can find land. Now, as I mentioned near the beginning of this, I did really enjoy the fact that it really kept you on the edge of your seat, and it was just adrenaline pumping through you for most of this movie. Now, at the same time though, I do feel like some of the actual recording and camera moments, you could very much tell oh, they're clearly going to be in a water area that's nowhere near the animals or nowhere near the land that they're showing. And at times I could kind of tell. So that kind of bugged me every once in a while, but it's still a really good movie to watch. I'm also really glad that they didn't go the way of The Mist, which I thought they might have with the guy who stayed on the boat. But I'll just leave it at that, and maybe you'll understand when you watch the movie yourself. Now, if you get a chance to, I absolutely recommend checking this movie out. If you do so, or even if you've already seen it, feel free to leave some comments here to let me know whether or not you liked it, whether or not you hated it. I'd love to know what you think. So for me personally, I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 5. Now, as I mentioned near the beginning of this episode, definitely go and check out my partner's stuff. They have some really great content, and not only do they have great stuff for you to check out already, but for this week, I gave them the film of Blackwater Abyss. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Cinema Society Saturday. As I mentioned before, if you haven't done so, feel free to check out the first episode I put out earlier today. And at the same time, if you want to check out any of my other friends or partners that are part of Cinema Society Saturday, follow the hashtag Cinema Society Saturday. And if you'd like to be an Askewed viewer, definitely check out my other content.